The Chicago Bears are sitting pretty right now. 8 wins in their last 9 games. First place in the NFC North. The defense is flying around making plays. But here is the cold, hard truth nobody wants to talk about. Success costs money. And next offseason, Ryan Poles is going to have to make some brutal decisions. We are talking about key defensive starters hitting free agency, safeties who have been balling out, cornerbacks who stepped up huge, defensive linemen anchoring the trenches. The question is not if they deserve to get paid. The question is, can the Bears afford to keep them all? And one veteran in particular is about to cash in big time. We are breaking down who stays, who walks, and why this could get messy real fast. Stick around, because this is going to shake the entire foundation of this defense. The $32 million question. All right, let's get into it. Kevin Byard, the veteran safety who signed a 2-year, $15 million deal back in 2024. That contract is about to expire, and according to Pro Football Focus, this man is set to cash in during 2026 free agency. PFF's Bradley Locker straight up called Byard an underrated free agent who is going to get paid. And the numbers back it up. Byard is currently rocking a 79.9 overall PFF grade, which is the 4th highest among all qualified safeties this season. 4th in the entire league. That is not some fluke. That is elite production. But here is where it gets interesting. Byard is not just good in coverage. He is not just good against the run. He is elite in both. His PFF coverage grade sits at 73.1. His run defense grade is also above 73. Over his 2 years in Chicago, Byard ranks in the 89th percentile in coverage at free safety and the 72nd percentile in run defense. Those are Pro Bowl caliber numbers. And remember, this is a guy who came to Chicago during the Matt Eberflus disaster era. The vibes were terrible. The team was a mess. And Byard still balled out. Now with Dennis Allen running the defense and the Bears actually winning games, Byard is playing at an all-pro level again. So what is the problem? The problem is money and age. Byard will be 32 years old when he hits free agency. That is ancient in NFL years for a safety. Most teams do not want to give big contracts to safeties over 30 because the decline can come fast. But here is the thing. Byard has not shown any decline. 0. His play this season has been just as dominant as it was in his prime with the Tennessee Titans. He is still making game-changing plays, still flying around the field, still quarterbacking the secondary. The dude is a leader, a captain, the kind of player you build a defense around. But Ryan Poles has a massive decision to make. Because Byard is not the only safety hitting free agency. Jaquan Brisker is also going to be a free agent. And Brisker is younger. He is 25 years old. He is physical. He is versatile. He can play in the box. He can cover tight ends. He can blitz. And he has been just as important to this defense as Byard. So Poles has to choose. Do you pay the 32-year-old veteran who has been elite for 2 straight years? Or do you invest in the younger guy who has more years left in the tank? And it is not just about Byard versus Brisker. The Bears also have to worry about Nahshon Wright. Wright has been a breakout star at cornerback this season. He is playing at a premium position. Cornerbacks get paid more than safeties. And Wright is going to command a big contract. Then you have Andrew Billings on the defensive line. He has been solid. He deserves to get paid too. So Poles is looking at a situation where he has 4 key defensive starters all hitting free agency at the same time. And the Bears are currently ranked 25th in the NFL in salary cap space heading into the 2026 offseason. 25th! That is not good! So let's do the math. If Byard gets a new deal, he is probably looking at something in the range of 12 to 15 million per year. Maybe more if there is a bidding war. Brisker could command 8 to 10 million per year. Wright could get 12 to 15 million per year as a starting corner. Billings might get 5 to 7 million per year. Add it all up, and you are looking at $40 to $50 million in new contracts. The Bears do not have that kind of cap space. Not even close. So somebody is going to walk. The question is who? Here is my take. If I am Ryan Poles, I am keeping Byard. I know he is 32. I know the age is a concern. But this man has been the heart and soul of this secondary. He is a leader. He is a playmaker. He is the kind of guy who makes everyone around him better. And the Bears are trying to win now. They are not rebuilding. They are not in a youth movement. They are in first place in the NFC North with a legitimate shot at a playoff run. You do not let guys like Bayard walk when you are trying to win championships. You find a way to make it work. But here is the reality. Poles might not have a choice. If Bayard gets offered a massive contract from another team, the Bears might not be able to match it. And if that happens, Chicago is going to have to pivot to Brisker, which is not the worst thing in the world. Brisker is a stud, but losing Bayard would be a huge blow to this defense. Because Bayard is not just a player, he is a culture setter. He is the guy who holds everyone accountable. He is the guy who makes the checks at the line of scrimmage. He is the guy who young players look up to. You cannot replace that easily. And here is the other thing. The final 5 games of this season are going to be huge in determining who gets paid. If Bayard continues to play at an elite level and the Bears make a deep playoff run, his value is going to skyrocket. Teams are going to throw money at him. But if the Bears struggle down the stretch, maybe his market cools off a little bit. Same thing with Brisker and Wright. Their performance over the next month is going to directly impact how much money they get offered. So every snap matters, every play matters, because contracts are on the line. Bottom line, Kevin Bayard is about to get paid. The question is, will it be in Chicago or somewhere else? And that decision is going to have massive ripple effects on this entire defense. Because if Bayard walks, the Bears are going to have to replace a Pro Bowl safety. And that is not easy to do. So buckle up, Bears fans. This offseason is going to be wild. So what do you think? Should the Bears pay Bayard or go younger with Brisker? Drop your take in the comments below. Kyler Gordon, Dennis Allen's secret weapon. Now let's talk about Kyler Gordon. Because this dude is the secret weapon that makes Dennis Allen's defense so dangerous. Gordon missed a chunk of time this season with an injury. And when he was out, the Bears' defense was inconsistent. They were giving up big plays. They were struggling in coverage. The pass rush was not getting home. But the moment Gordon came back against the Philadelphia Eagles, everything changed. And it was not just about his individual stats. It was about what his presence allowed Dennis Allen to do schematically. Gordon played 36 defensive snaps against the Eagles. He finished with 1 tackle and allowed 5 receptions for 58 yards on 6 targets. On paper, that does not look great, but the stats do not tell the full story because Gordon's impact is not always going to show up in the box score. His impact is in the disguises, the pre-snap movement, the ability to play multiple positions, the football IQ that allows him to jump routes and blow up plays before they even develop. NFL analyst Nate Tice broke down Gordon's performance on the Football 301 show, and he said something that really stood out. He said you can feel Kyler Gordon on the field. There were several moments against the Eagles where the Bears ran disguise packages, and Gordon was the key to making them work. Tice pointed to one specific play on 3rd down where the Eagles ran a design they use all the time, and the play blew up, not because of the pass rush, not because of a blown assignment by Philly, but because Kyler Gordon jumped the route. He diagnosed the play pre-snap. He knew where the ball was going, and he made the play. And here is the crazy part. When Gordon is on the field, the Bears blitz at a 38.8% rate. That is 2nd in the entire NFL. 2nd. But it is not just Gordon blitzing. It is the fact that his presence allows Dennis Allen to send pressure from anywhere. Because Gordon can play nickel. He can play outside corner. He can play safety. He can play in the box. He can drop into deep coverage. He is a chess piece. And that versatility is what makes this defense so hard to prepare for. But it gets even better. Against the Eagles, it was the first game where Dennis Allen got to use both Kyler Gordon and CJ Gardner-Johnson on the field together in a dime package. And that combination is a nightmare for quarterbacks because both of them can line up anywhere. Both of them can blitz. Both of them can drop into coverage. And they are both smart enough to disguise what they are doing pre-snap. Gordon himself said it is confusing for the quarterback. He said it is all about disguising who is going to do what and where. Tice showed a play from the Eagles game where both Gordon and Gardner-Johnson walked down to the line of scrimmage, showing blitz. Jalen Hurts had to account for both of them, but at the snap, the Bears only sent Gordon. Gardner-Johnson dropped back into coverage. Hurts rushed the throw over the middle to Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Johnson came flying in for a diving pass breakup on third down. That is the kind of stuff that does not show up in the stat sheet. But it is the reason the Bears' defense is so dangerous right now. And here is the thing. Gordon is not just a scheme fit. He is the perfect player for what Dennis Allen wants to do. Allen loves to disguise. He loves to move guys around pre-snap. He loves to create confusion. And Gordon is the guy who makes all of that possible because he has the football IQ to process information quickly. He has the athleticism to play multiple positions, and he has the communication skills to get everyone on the same page. So what does this mean for the Bears moving forward? It means Gordon is untouchable. He is not going anywhere. The Bears are going to lock him up long term because players like Gordon do not grow on trees. You cannot just draft a guy who can do what he does. It takes years of development. It takes elite coaching. It takes a high football IQ. And Gordon has all of that. So if I am Ryan Poles, I am making Gordon a priority extension. I am not waiting until he hits free agency. I am getting a deal done now. Because here is the reality. The Bears' defense is good right now. But with Gordon healthy and playing at a high level, this defense can be elite. They can be a top 10 unit. They can be the kind of defense that carries a team to the playoffs. And that is not an exaggeration. When Gordon is on the field, the Bears have a legitimate shutdown secondary. They can match up with anybody. They can take away the deep ball. They can pressure the quarterback. They can stop the run. They can do everything. So if you are a Bears fan, you should be excited about Kyler Gordon because this dude is the real deal. He is the kind of player who makes everyone around him better. He is the kind of player who allows a defensive coordinator to be creative. He is the kind of player who can change the outcome of a game without ever showing up on the stat sheet. And that is the most valuable type of player you can have. Kyle Monangai, Ben Johnson's hidden gem. All right, let's wrap this up with some good news. Kyle Monangai, the 7th-round pick who is quietly having one of the best rookie seasons for a running back in the entire NFL, and head coach Ben Johnson is not shy about saying it. Johnson went on Peter Schrager's podcast, The Schrager Hour, and he sang Monangai's praises. He said Monangai is a running back who can do it all. He said you would have no idea he is a rookie based on the way he is playing. And he said the Bears knew pretty early on that they had something special. So let's talk numbers. Monangai is currently leading all rookie running backs with a 4.9 yards per carry average. 4.9! That is the 8th best mark among all running backs in the entire NFL. Not just rookies, all running backs. And remember, this is a guy who was drafted 233rd overall. He was the last pick of the 7th round. He was an afterthought. And now he is outplaying first-round picks. Ashton Jeanty, who went 6th overall, is struggling behind a bad offensive line. Omarion Hampton, who went 22nd overall, has been on injured reserve since week 5. And Kyle Monangai, the 7th rounder, is balling out. He is running hard. He is breaking tackles. He is picking up tough yards. He is doing everything the Bears need from a power back. And that is the key word, power. Because that is what Monangai brings that DeAndre Swift does not. Swift is a shifty runner. He can make guys miss in space. He can break off big runs. But he is not a power back. He is not the guy who is going to lower his shoulder and run through a linebacker. Monangai is. And that is exactly what the Bears need as the calendar turns to December. Because playing outside in Chicago in December is brutal. It is cold. It is windy. The field is frozen, and in those conditions, you need a running back who can pound the rock. You need a guy who can wear down a defense. You need a guy who can pick up tough yards on 3rd and short. Monangai is that guy. Ben Johnson said the only thing Monangai lacks is straight line speed. He ran a 4.6-second 40-yard dash at the combine. And Johnson thinks that is what made teams overlook him. Because in today's NFL, everyone wants the fast guy. Everyone wants the home run hitter. But sometimes you do not need speed. Sometimes you just need a guy who can run hard, break tackles, and move the chains. And that is Monangai. Johnson also said Monangai is a complete back. He can pass block. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can run inside. He can run outside. He can do everything. And that versatility is what makes him so valuable, because the Bears can use him in any situation. They can use him on first down to set up play action. They can use him on third and short to pick up a conversion. They can use him in the red zone to punch it in. He is a weapon. And here is the best part. Monangai is only going to get better. He is a rookie. He is still learning the offense. He is still adjusting to the speed of the NFL. And he is already one of the best running backs in the league. Imagine what he is going to look like in year 2, year 3. This dude has Pro Bowl potential. And the Bears got him in the 7th round. That is insane value. So what does this mean for the Bears moving forward? It means they have a legitimate 1-2 punch at running back. Swift is the home run hitter. Monangai is the closer. And together, they make this offense so much harder to defend. Because defenses cannot just load the box to stop the run. They have to respect the passing game. They have to respect Caleb Williams. And when they do that, it opens up running lanes for Swift and Monangai. That is when this offense becomes unstoppable. And here is the other thing. Monangai is on a rookie contract. He is making almost nothing, which means the Bears have cap flexibility to spend money elsewhere. They can invest in the offensive line. They can invest in the defense. They can invest in weapons for Caleb Williams. And they do not have to worry about paying a running back $15 million per year, because they already have their guy, and he is making $700,000. So if you are a Bears fan, you should be pumped about Kyle Monangai, because this dude is the real deal. He is a 7th round steal. He is a future Pro Bowler, and he is exactly what this offense needs to take the next step. Ben Johnson knows it. The coaching staff knows it. And now the entire league is starting to figure it out. Kyle Monangai is here to stay. There, so you have it. Kevin Byard is about to cash in big. Kyler Gordon is the secret weapon that makes this defense elite. And Kyle Monangai is the 7th round steal who is outplaying first round picks. The Chicago Bears are in a great spot right now, but the offseason is going to be wild. Decisions are going to have to be made. Money is going to have to be spent, and not everyone is going to be back. So if you want to be the first to know about all the latest Bears news before anyone else, hit that subscribe button right now, because we are going to be breaking every move, every signing, every trade, and every decision Ryan Poles makes this offseason. Do not miss out. Subscribe now, and let's ride this Bears wave together. Bear down.